Hi guys, in today's video I am sharing with you my 33rd week pregnancy update. Hi guys, if we never met before, my name is Yana and I am a mom to two boys already, and currently I am 33 weeks pregnant with my third child, a girl, which is super exciting, and that's exactly what I'm doing today. I'm doing my pregnancy update, and if you would like to hear what the baby looks like, how I am feeling, and as well as to see my belly, my big belly, stay tuned. So the baby is the size of the butternut squash. I do not have butternut squash. If you have watched any of my updates beforehand, you know that I try to show you the vegetable that it looks like, so I'm going to show one here. But I do have some frozen butternut squash, and if you have never tried, like if you like soup, butternut squash soup is delicious. Let me know if you would like a recipe. I would love to show you how to make one, and I love it. And I'm pretty sure I will be making some freezer meals for when the baby is here, so that I have some soups available to me, because I love soups and my youngest son loves soups as well. So if you are curious to see those things, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And that's right, I'm so sorry, I'm like jumping right into like spiel if why you need to subscribe, but I started it, so here you go. If you love decluttering, organizing, productivity videos, and pregnancy updates, and I guess maternity, motherhood videos, this channel is for you, because I'm a work-at-home mom. That's what I'm talking about on this channel. So now let's talk about the baby. I like started off in a very not the way I normally started the video, so I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't be sorry, so whatever. My channel, I can talk about anything I would like. So the baby is the size of the butternut squash. She's around 17 inches long and 4¼ pounds or so, because I mean obviously right now the babies are getting either a little bit smaller or bigger depending on what your babies are or what they're going to be, and the baby will now be adding extra ½ pound each week. I don't think until the birth, because I'm pretty sure the last few weeks they're adding extra pound a week, so for a few weeks she will be adding ½ pound of weight. There is more baby in the belly than amniotic fluid now, so all of the kicks and all of the rolls feel way sharper and way more prominent. The baby sees pretty well, so she can differentiate a day from night because she can see if it's light or dark, and her immune system has developed, so now she would not be dependent on my immune system anymore, but she can survive pretty well and fight the germs really well on her own right now. And that's what the baby looks like. I am in the 8th month of pregnancy, and there is 7 more weeks to go, which I feel like every video I say, oh my goodness, it's coming close. So yes, 7 weeks is not much at all. It's a month and a tiny bit, but I'm not sure why I'm saying this, but I feel like my babies, both of my sons were born a little bit earlier, so I'm expecting that this baby will come a little bit earlier. Not sure exactly, because you never know, all pregnancies are so different, but I feel like my due date for myself is that I have only a few weeks left, and I'm like, oh my goodness, do not feel ready. So I feel like I need to be finishing up some baby preparation. So yes, there will be a few videos coming about what's in my hospital bag, what I'm preparing for the baby, and all of those good things. But yes, talking more about how I'm feeling, most of the things that I can tell you would be the complaints. As you know from a few weeks right now, the only things that I'm talking about are basically complaints, and I feel like a few weeks ago I did say that one good thing is that I had energy. Well, this week I definitely do not have energy, and this is my biggest complaint of all, is that I feel so fatigued and so tired at so many moments of the day. There are some decent times of the day that I feel pretty fine and energetic, but I do not know. I wonder if it's my diet that affects that. Maybe I need to try to cut out sugar as much as possible, or maybe that's the way just my body tolerates the 3rd trimester. But seriously, I am so exhausted, and it feels like I'm going through the day, I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm tired, I'm okay, and then there's just certain moments that hit me like a crazy, like I want to just fall down on the floor and as if I cannot move anymore. It's like very challenging. Like sometimes when I shower my boys, I just lay on the floor in the bathroom because I'm like, I cannot do anything, and it's challenging. It's very hard, and I cried a few times because of that, because I just feel so weak and helpless, and it's difficult. The second thing that I would like to complain about is is heartburn. It's not as bad as it was last week, and again, that might be my diet, that I have eliminated a lot of acidic things like tea with lemon, because I love tea with something in it. So right now I'm just drinking plain tea with nothing in it, as well as I don't drink coffee at all, and I try to limit my sugary items and like basically anything acidic, and it did help. But still, I do have pretty bad heartburn at times, and it's again like it's a fire. It's so painful in my throat. It's not fun at all. I also have pain in my lower back, so lower back pain and hip pain, which has been for a few weeks now, which again is not horrible, so I cannot complain about too much. But when I get up, I feel like I need to start moving, because I feel not that rusty, but like more painful. It's more painful for me to get up off the chair and start walking, but then the more I move, the less painful it gets. But I do feel every step kind of all the time, which again is not horrible, but I do feel my legs and my hips. The things that my app reminded of are, if we're going to be following, which are not a huge complaints to me. I don't feel like they are bothering me as much, even though I'm like, oh yeah, that's true. Bathroom runs. I do go to the bathroom so much right now, which I obviously is normal because the baby is so big and pushing on the bladder and everything else. So bathroom runs are pretty often. I did get a few leg cramps this week, like calf cramps, which were not as bad as I had them with my two boys, with my two other pregnancies, but I'm not sure if the worst ones are coming a little bit later. But yes, I did get a few leg cramps, a tiny bit. So basically what I normally do is, like, if this is your foot, or I'm not sure if I can I don't know how to demonstrate this for you, but basically if this is your leg, like your calf and your foot, when I get a leg cramp, I just basically flex my foot a little bit more in. Is it flex? I don't know what it's called, but I basically try to move it closer to my calf, and that softly, I move it softly, and that elevates the cramp and it makes it a little bit better. So if you get leg cramps, that normally helps. I do get a tiny bit of insomnia. The app said that right now moms, because of the hormones, start getting insomnia, and because of all of the to-dos that are on their mind, as well as like the fears about the labor settling in, that affects the insomnia. In my case, the fear of labor as well as my to-do list do scare me, but I feel like I do fight it off with the thoughts that I'm, oh my goodness, I need to function the following day. So that helps me to go back to sleep rather than stay awake. Plus, I did not get to experience like true insomnia just yet. It's funny because throughout the day I am exhausted at times, but then the moment the evening hits, in most of the cases, not always, but in most of the cases, I feel like I want to stay up and I have more energy, but I make myself go to sleep. But I haven't woken up at like 5, 4, 3 o'clock in the morning, because I actually would like that, so that I can get up and go do stuff while my kids are not awake. But that did not happen to me just yet, so I'm not sure if it is going to happen, but not this week just yet. And that's right now I'm looking at a few other things that I have noted for myself. The app did not mention anything else, but again, like, I do feel pretty uncomfortable. It's very difficult for me to find a spot where I feel good. Breathing is definitely difficult for me still. It is better than it was like last week, 2 weeks ago, but I still feel like there are times when I do not have enough air, and it takes me a little bit of time to catch my breath sometimes. And an interesting thing is that my braxton hicks right now are very prominent and pretty strong and very obvious. If a few weeks ago I was not sure if I had them or no, this week I definitely had them, and I'm actually not sure if I was planning on going into labor. There was one day that I was contracting all night long and all morning long that I'm like, oh my goodness, am I going into labor or no? Based on the Braxton Hicks definition, they should go away the moment you change your position, but they would not go away. Like, I would change my position, I would drink some water, I would like do different things, and they would not go away. So, but then everything stopped. So I'm like, okay, so those were Braxton Hicks, because I think if you're going into labor, you're going into labor. I'm not exactly sure if that's the way that works, but whatever. So that's pretty much for how I am feeling, but I have still 3 more things I would like to mention to you. If you are in your pregnancy, if you're around 33 or whatever weeks pregnant, I can give you a few tips. First, if you did not research a red raspberry leaf tea, I suggest you do and potentially start taking it. I did not drink it with my 2 other pregnancies, but this time around I heard of it, I read a little bit, I'm like, oh, I think I want to try it. So I have started drinking red raspberry leaf tea, which probably is helping with labor and starting contractions when they should be starting, because it sounds like they are helping with, I'm not sure what kind of hormones, I do not remember, but basically do your research and see if you would like to start taking it, because I think at 32, 33 weeks you can start taking it. But again, don't start like crazy amounts of it. Try a little bit, see what it does, and again, do your research. Another thing that my app told me was consuming a little bit more omega-3 fatty acids, which is contained in fish, and I will tell you what kind of fish it is so that you don't eat the wrong kind. It said that omega-3 fatty acids help with your babies, because babies start accumulating that vitamin and they basically become smarter if you do. I think that's what it's supposed to be doing, as well as those acids help you potentially prevent or lower the risk of having postpartum depression, which is super helpful. But yes, omega-3 fatty acids are contained, and I'm going to read, in the fish that is low. So the fish that you should be consuming is fish low in mercury: shrimp, which is not a fish, I think they're not a fish, shrimp, tilapia, flounder, salmon, pollok, and catfish. Do not eat swordfish, shark, big eye, or tuna, because those are high in mercury, and the mercury is very dangerous to the baby's development. So those things to help you with a smarter baby and hopefully fighting the postpartum depression. And then the last thing that, again, my app suggested, try to not worry about your to-do list or labor, and so that those like slightly scary anxiety producing thoughts do not prevent you from sleeping well, because you do need your rest so that you feel good throughout your day. So I did mention them before in the video, but it wasn't my tip, so I'm like, I need to tell you to remind you one more time. But those are all the things that I need to tell you guys. Now let me show you my belly. The belly with a sweater. It's cold. I'm in New Jersey and it's January right now at the time of the recording, so it's cold, and our house is kind of older and does not keep the temperature too well, so it is kind of chilly. So I'm all bundled up. That's my belly. Oh my goodness, I look at it and it's sticking out so much more from the last week. There's you go for the no sweater, and here's the belly with no clothes, nice and big. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching. That is all for this video. I told you what I had to tell you. I showed you what I intended to show you. I hope you had fun. I hope it was interesting for you and educational. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave me a comment below this video or message me on social media, and I would love to hear from you or answer your question. Have a wonderful day, you guys, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Thank you.